Welcome, everybody, to Shadow of Israphel 11. Is it 11 now?
Oh my god, I think it is.
I thought I made a joke last time about it being 11. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, no, because we're going by, like, 2 episodes at a time, and this is the episode where we talk about 22, therefore...
We didn't do it. Episode 1 was its own episode.
I know, but it's still just, like, it's the math.
However that happened, I don't know. Yeah, okay, yeah, 22 and 23. We're on 23. Right,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's episode 11. That's
Yeah.
right, I called it the double finger, as everyone calls it, and not just one very unwell man.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Hi, it's Gina from the future editing the video. It was 12, and we only realized it was 12 when we were, like, saving the files. So don't worry about how we can't count. Just look at the funny beans. That's what everyone calls that day.
Wow.
Well, the full gang is here. We're all here, and I don't remember what was happening last time. Wirt was not there.
I was not there because I was suffering the horrors, as one does.
I'm so sorry
yeah.
about
Also-
that.
But you had notes on the episodes that you missed. If you want
I
to run
do.
through your
I was
main
also taking care of
observations.
cats. YouTube, I have kittens. Okay. So it was for 20 and 21.
Mm-hmm.
I had nothing really to say on 20.
That was the
I
one
thought-
about his stairs that no one liked.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about his stupid stairs. For some reason, this is when I noticed the old arrow noise, and for some reason I left a note like it fucks with me. Why did I just notice it? Even though I've definitely talked about it before, but I was like, it's upsetting to me. And then I think he said cunts, and I laughed about it.
That's right. He said, they all cunts, aren't they? About
And I was
creepers."
just like, he was wrong then, but honestly, it's funny now. So.
Right.
And then 21, I was going insane. This is why I was so sad I couldn't make it. I was talking about, like, oh, shit, everything's updated because we're in beta now. And I was like, there's names on things. And then I was like, whoa, there's some new things. Maybe, like, close the door. And they have, like, things set up for him. I'm like, wow, what's Israphel up? What's his deal now?
Is
And
he
I was
cool?
like, whoa. I'm like, is he good? Hold up.
night
Is Israphel this
interloper?
fire? And then there's some other things I was talking about. I have a note that says their house is ugly, which is uncalled for, truly. Truly uncalled for. I was really sad about the cow because I have like 2 notes. I'm like, the cow is chilling! What the fuck? I'm pretty sure that was when like the cow fell off the thing.
Those
They had
twisted moments, yeah.
It's evil. I have written down sought it because he said it. And then fucking they saw him and then immediately it's Lewis, right? That's Honeydew?
Simon is Honeydew.
Fuck, okay, I was getting closer. I was like, Honeydew is his name, that's how I know him. I like his first thing to say was to fucking Israphel was ASL.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
Hey.
yeah.
Age, sex, location, American Sign Language, and then I have, well, we have to kill him, I think, which is funny.
And
then I was
to
getting-
kill this guy with hammers.
And then I was like, holy shit, there's a bridge, and then that was it, and then we're 22.
They were so amazed by the bridge
I
to
was
such an
too!
insane degree. It's just they've never like seen like a build with care put into it.
I have.
The
I'm
Yogs
so
Cave has a lot
surprised.
of love in it. The Yogs Cave has a lot of love, but it is a cave.
It's
so
kind
the
of
fa-
shite, love emoji.
I just feel like I don't remember their reaction to the pyramid being as extreme as their reaction to this lovely little
The
suspension
pyramid's
bridge.
a pyramid, okay? It's a simple one. Wasn't it made out of, like, I don't remember.
Yeah, I
It
guess
was,
a pyramid is like an easy geometric like structure. It's not that crazy.
It was, but this one had, like, crazy fence building and torches, and it had, like, all arches and shit. I was surprised.
probably the
They were
first
like,
time
"What
Lewis has
the
ever seen a
hell?"
fence, so
This
he
is his
didn't know
first
what the
time
fuck
seeing
to
a
think.
fence.
All right, well, that was episode 21, and then after 21, they have 22.
Oh fuck.
I,
That's
part 22, Old Peculier. The view
Oh.
count reflects that this episode has a momentous occurrence.
I
It's
can imagine.
3.7 million, up from 3.1 last time.
I'm
600,000
so
people just tuned in
I-
to their television.
I have to know before we start on the video proper. Maybe this is just the first time I noticed it and it's existed, and I'm just a fool. But this video has chapters. intro,
Oh,
the
yeah,
village,
I saw that too.
the farm.
I don't
Power
think I
Veil.
noticed that, but I took my notes a while ago.
I
so
don't
I
even
know.
remember that. I just remember watching it with just rapt
Maybe
attention. I was
did.
like,
I
what?
feel like I saw something that was like weird that there were videos.
Yeah.
or-
Maybe it was
You
a
know,
fan thing.
I
or
feel
something?
like the video that Birch brought in where they were playing the Facebook game had chapters or something. I feel like it was something weird like that. I don't know why the fuck that would have chapters. But yeah, so I like the opening shot because you can see in the far distance, you can see the Yogg castle with the waterfall, and then Lewis turns away to look down the path. It's like we're going from the familiar to like the unknown of this path that they're following. They're worried it's a trap. They're worried that Israphel is leading them to some sort of devious end. Simon is still gobsmacked. He's like, what the heck? This guy is...
Yeah.
He's got a lot of fucking free time on his hand, I'll give him that.
Literally.
Yeah.
Simon
You've seen my
says
bridge
as-
in the playthrough we did. It's sure is a bridge.
Simon's acting as if this, like, funny suspension bridge would take a terrible amount of free time to create. I mean, I guess he's built so much. Lewis is lagging, the world is rendering. Old Minecraft, heart. It really sells.
Yeah,
We're going into
really.
unknown territory. The world is generating before their eyes. They have no idea what to expect from the beta. They cross another less impressive bridge that was just like wooden planks with nothing fancy on it. Take a left turn. Lewis asked whether he didn't see a bridge and mention it when they were initially playing. But personally, I find it hard to believe he saw something so magnificent that it stun-locked the both of them and like didn't investigate. And Simon agrees to me.
Yeah.
Agrees with me.
So
Are you
funny.
kidding me? You're backtracking and you're saying, "Oh yeah, I knew it was
I
there
know.
along, Simon. I knew it was there."
I have my notes.
Get
Like, there
his
would never
ass.
was a bridge.
Yeah.
Get his ass, Simon.
My favorite part about this is it definitely feels like a precursor to like modern Suicide Light. Suicide Light? What the hell am I saying? Ignore me. Lewis and Simon dynamics. Because it's like, damn, just 20 episodes we were having interactions where Simon was the fucking genius, and you know, Abba and Costello, eat your heart out.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. God. Suicide Lyman. If there weren't probably more important things to name this episode after, that would be a
Yeah,
great
that would also be
episode
my
title.
vote.
Suicide Lyman.
I can't
God.
fucking help it. I filibuster too hard.
William
they,
Riker's got the head of a dwarf.
No, they've just fused. Oh no. Draw what you think. Suicide Lyman.
And
Please,
send
oh my
it
god.
on.
lemons.
It'd be so funny.
Lupus and lemon, bro.
Lupus.
So, right, he's being like skeptical. After beat, Lewis goes, "What are we doing? Why are we following this road?"
He's so scared
such a
again.
hater.
Sure, this isn't trapped, but he has to follow it for like the script. I don't know. Like, part of me almost wonders if Lewis knew what this road was going to. To be fair, I'm not sure.
I mean, surely, right?
I don't know. Maybe he had a general idea, but I'm not sure. His reaction to the bridge was crazy. I feel like
Yeah.
on
There
some
was no
level, like, was he like overacting, or was he truly like, they didn't tell me they were gonna build some shit like this?
I think that's probably the second one. From what at least I can tell, like I think Lewis obviously knew things were going to happen, but I don't think he knew what they were going to do specifically.
I don't think there was quite a high level of planning at this point. It was.
I
just-
was gobsmacked the whole time.
Oh,
I'm so excited for the people who didn't know. I feel like only me and Birch actually literally knew what was going to happen.
yeah.
Which makes me so excited.
I was surprised.
Right, so Lewis is saying, "Are you sure this isn't trapped?" And Simon goes, "That's what I was going to say, but then I sort of just stopped worrying."
Yeah.
Simon,
Just follow the smooth stone road, bro. Just chill.
it's like, it's dodgy, it's best to just stop worrying and go with it. So Lewis agrees. They're passing over some hills, and there's a cute little, like, trees planted on either side of the road, like a promenade or something, like a cute little path with shade from planted trees. Simon's about to comment on how nice it is when he interrupts himself. "Who the hell is that over there?" Lewis sees the figure in the distance. Someone new is standing at the end of the road. Once approaching close enough, they see his nameplate, old_peculiar. As they laugh in astonishment, we can see clearly that this is a delightful, balding fellow with red suspenders and a white shirt on. He has also cute, adorable pink cheeks like Kirby. Moe old man.
In fucking sane in my notes. I just had old peculiar and I made it bold. Like I went specifically into my notes and I like highlighted it and like changed it to bold.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear reactions.
Yeah, oh my god, a weird guy appeared. I love that his name is spelled wrong.
It's
Old Peculier.
It's spelled peculiarly. But so strange.
He's French.
Oh my god.
Like, what did you think when you saw this?
I just realized that, wow, I really never got here before because this is novel and new, and this is not an experience I've had before.
It's, like, do you not even know Old Peculiar?
I listen, I bring shame upon this Yogscast family, but...
Ridian flavor Yogscast.
When they were going down the road, I was like, it's probably going to be some fucked up hell shit. I mean, this is the shadow of Israphel. And then they go on, it's just like, hello, my name is Old Peculiar. And I was just like, oh,
traveler.
What?
So delightful.
I was like, okay.
Milnak was waiting for Teep the Tyrannosaurus.
Maybe. Who knows? Look sheepishly down into the ground.
He says they bust like a gun. I think Simon quips, has he got a quest for us? And as they enter his radius, in the text chat appears, hail, traveler! And they crack up even worse.
It's so cute.
Insane.
It's so cute. I love it.
I don't see an exclamation mark on his head. My god. Oh my god. There's so... Honeydew types not in all caps. I guess when he typed in all caps to Israphel, it was like he was shouting over gunfire.
He was freaking the fuck out, bro.
He's trying to holler across to him, but now he says, hello, friend. He didn't want to scare the old fella, right here.
Yeah.
Peculiar says, you look tired from such a long travel, and they laugh really hard again. This is the most great. Simon says, this is so weird. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Not like him.
It's so cool, though.
Simon is so... This is... I mean, we've talked last episode 21... part 21, sorry, of this Let's Play was the last one where Simon thought this was all real. So this marked a turning point, and I actually did. I don't know if I want to. I think I might save it for the comments at the end of this episode because I think I read it in a comment. But yeah, so he's
I really
something
hope
about
it's the
this
same
is
thing that I wrote.
perhaps causing some disbelief. Lewis asks why he's so robotic, to which Simon replies, because he's an NPC. This is obviously something new in the beta.
Oh yeah, the beta.
Obviously.
It's crazy. This was literally
flabbergasted.
Half-Life, but the AI was self-aware of
Literally.
this generation.
I would, oh man, I'll get that later in my
so many,
special
like,
segment.
Oh yeah. Birch has a new super comment segment. I pick out comments from modern day YouTube, but you don't even know what Birch is about to expose to you.
So excited for this because basically they were hardcore selling Old Peculiar and this whole shit, and I was like,
in
okay,
the Minecraft beta, Notch coded all these guys.
yeah, beta, bro.
He figured out multi-threading. He knows how.
I just was so surprised this was the bit they were going for. This was not what I expected. When I saw the cover and the Shadow of Israphel and what he was doing, I was like, okay, this is more like a creepypasta sort of thing. And then we go here and I'm like, oh, it's completely different. Okay,
So
okay.
Peculier invites them to follow him to the inn and drink. They cross a small bridge over a pond to enter a village.
A proto-village.
Yeah.
Once again, 13 years on, it's very, very funny to see their flabbergasted reactions to what is, in all honesty, a rather crude and shabby assortment of buildings.
It's actually crazy how
It's really cute, honestly. It has a lot of old charm to it. Like, there's brick buildings and these cute little roofs. Like, all the buildings are, like, connected by this, like, stone slab sidewalk.
Villagers
that
were definitely
Peculiar follows
added,
completely as a set path at all times.
Because
Oh my God.
villagers were... I think they already must have come out in the update. I can't remember. I know they've had to.
Villagers?
Yeah.
Not here. Not for very long. Villagers
Okay,
do not exist.
I thought it was... Okay, this is fresh beta. Okay. Because I was like,
Yeah, this is just at the beta. They just got out of alpha. Villagers are not
Slightly
in
after
for
that.
a very long time. I feel like villagers come in when the food is reworked and the sprint and shit happens. I feel like
Because
that's when they.
I like the way they did the village or whatever, or basically not how they predicted villagers, because I felt like that would have been a thing that Minecraft would have done anyway. But in the sense that they have this whole big crazy thing, I think it's very cute the way they have everything set up. It's kind of crude, but that's what I like about it.
Yeah, I think I just laughed a lot imagining as Lewis and Simon are living in a fucking cave and they've never seen like an actual like house before. There are like red brick roofing, there's a church with a steeple, there's even a fountain and like a sidewalk. It's so crazy. It's I call them like cave dwellers, and like they're seeing a civilization for the first time who choose not to live in caves like them.
I gotta mention it here because it is a comment I found that says their way they live is so barbaric until they meet some people in the same server, which happened to be very sophisticated in comparison to the way of life.
This is a comment of the time. Or is this
is
when was that?
Ancient world.
Yeah, Birch has a new site or something that compiles old YouTube comments, and there's some real gold in there.
Good ones. I'll save the rest of them. This one was just relevant, so I wish.
It's so funny. It is funny to see, like, they're just so like a bridge is amazing to them because they've never seen
they're
such
Neanderthals.
splendor. They like. This is a shark jumping moment in some respects. Like, we're staring into the abyss of the Minecraft alternate reality game, where it's like, oh, you know, strange structures appearing in your world, torches that you don't remember placing. This is like a whole town with an NPC who invites them in, but they sell it. They're like, I guess this is just a thing in the game. This is no longer, oh, someone's fucking with our world. This is just, oh, I guess this is just the game now.
I guess this is an adventure game now.
I would love to see a proper ARG about this.
It reminds me a lot of the way, like, fucking Richter Overtime will theorize about, like, what's wrong with Badwater's copy of Gmod. Like, it's different. It's the copy of Gary's mod doesn't work like Gary's mod should. It's like that. Like, what's wrong with Lewis and Simon's copy of Minecraft?
Exactly.
They're not supposed to have, like, intelligences like this in their world. That's not normal. But they're all just like, they're just laughing, and Simon's like freaking out. That's the reality of it.
Good.
Because you have to remember that this was not a scripted ARG. This was a prank played on his good friend Simon.
That was the best of like how the way that things are flowing, and it's basically like one of them knows kind of ahead of time what the prank is, but the other one doesn't really know at all, but it's still all new to them, and it's such good improv, I feel, to a certain degree, where it's just fun, weird bullshit that's being pranked on them. It's fun.
It's crazy. These episodes. I was so sad that we didn't get to the point of this last time. I could have sworn it ended with them meeting him, but it did not.
Yeah, I mean, Everyman Hybrid technically, like, started out as a prank, and then that ARG went on for, like, 10 years. So, like, I don't know, it could happen.
Okay. I'm so uneducated. I don't know that one.
Oh, it's one of the Slenderverse series. It's honestly, in my opinion, storytelling-wise, it's a little bit better than Marble Hornets.
You know, it's even better than that, though, is Shadow of Israphel.
Real
storytelling.
I apologize for getting off track.
No, it's fine. It's absolutely on track. We're talking about... I've talked so much about, like, imagine if this came out today, it would be called an ARG.
Yeah.
That's what it would be. This is... God, I was watching... Birch, that fucking guy is like, I made a Minecraft horror dimension, because we're going through like YouTube Drek Minecraft clickbait videos lately. Just because they've been recommended to me on the channel.
And now I've been watching them, and it sucks, and I don't want
I was
to
kind of
them.
blown away that this guy, like, he's doing like the SMP with like role-playing and plot thing, like, oh, I destroyed all the ender portals in secret, and they're trying to find the ender portal. Like... I guess you didn't even see that though, did
don't
you?
think
'Cause
I
you just
saw
saw
that
the one
one.
where he took his friends.
Yeah.
Right. The making of, it's like in the context of his world, it's like he destroyed the end world because he thought like if they got to the end, like the SMP would fall apart because that's like the pattern that he recognized. So
Yeah.
he was gonna remove them all, but then people started like investigating him and like secrets he was hiding, and he had like
Oh.
rats that were spying on people.
Rats.
Oh my
It's
God.
this whole thing, like, and I guess that's whatever the fuck is happening in Dream SMP 2. But this was the original. Like, they're just like this plot and a story that they're just like it's a suspension of disbelief, except instead of like LARPing with your friends about like going to war, which the Yogscast do dabble in that too. That's basically what Rythian's whole like world is. That's
They
actually
will do-
Rythian's.
they do this a lot. They do war
Rythian's whole
storylines
life.
like multiple times.
Oh yeah, it's just wow. There's a quote. Okay, but whatever. Yeah, they're just like selling like this is like there's just guys here, and that's like we just got to deal with that now. Put the construction efforts on hold. We got to go hang out with old Peculier. Also, I'm so glad Lewis closed the door of the village behind him. I was about to be so angry
Yeah,
at him if he didn't.
wrote that down. I was like,
Takes
he
care-
didn't close it, then he closed it.
I was about to say, takes care to close the door behind him on this gate, but not on his house.
Well,
He's
it's
being
only
polite.
hurting
He's a
him and
guest.
Simon.
He doesn't give a shit about his own house.
There are pigs and animals frolicking. They're like jittering up and down, so it looks like they're skipping with Whimsy.
I love
it's so
how
funny.
they're bouncy.
They go to a cute bar, and I like gush about how cute the fireplace is, and like how like charming of a build it is. Peculier offers them a nice, refreshing bucket of milk,
Yum.
and
Yeah.
Honeydew says that sounds lovely. He tosses the bucket to them, and they drink. Lewis asks, "Do they drink this? Do we drink this?" And he does. There's no animation or slurping sound. It's just
Yeah, this is
milk
old.
is there and then disappears.
That happens
Yeah.
to me in my house.
I had a really stupid comment about this that I'm not even sure I should share, but it's just
What?
it's very interesting because honeydew is something I've always associated with like Simon. That makes sense to me. The connection is ingrained. But Zephos is always just like that's Lewis. It's who's Zephos? What does he have to say? Where is he?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like this is just a memory. It's kind of a spoiler for how the series will go. I feel like Lewis never too much got in like a character. I feel like his character was always just the guy who said what needed to make the plot go along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simon was the one who went on these kind of tangents and like socialized more, as we will see in these two episodes as well.
Yeah.
After having done my little interstitial episode with where Lewis's name was I am Dave Yognot, I was like, wait, what? That's not his username just anywhere? That he didn't make that his username?
Well, I don't know. It's an alternative account.
I suppose.
Back when I still shudder to think of the world where he is Zeph. Right, he notes that it doesn't fill any hearts, and then tries to cheers with Simon even though his mug is empty. Sad. Lewis gets social anxiety and feels like he needs to type something.
It's so
Old Peculier just like stares at them like an NPC because he's an NPC. It's just like silent. He doesn't like Old Peculier doesn't like hear them. He can only communicate like through text. There's nothing, so he has to like type. Lewis types thanks. Simon laughs. Who is this man? What's going on? What is going on? Simon cries out for answers. So they decide they should ask where they are. Old Peculier says, as welcome to Terror Vale.
That was the
Surprising.
funniest
I'm sorry.
fucking thing. I was crying laughing so bad.
Terror Vale. That doesn't sound as nice as I initially thought. No. That doesn't sound like such a welcoming name for a village, Simon typos in chat. But Old Peculier says it's the quaintest little hamlet in all of Minecraftia. And then I go on a tangent. Were the Yogscast the first to call it Minecraftia? I feel like there's a serious argument to be made.
There could be, yeah.
I know it's very generic and all, but like I feel like they contributed something great to humanity. Small
Like, they didn't do
comment
anything
spoiler.
else?
One commenter does claim that they invented the term. So who are we to not trust a random YouTube commenter
True.
commenting
They
on
would
a
never lie
Yogscast
to me on the
video.
internet.
Honey types out asterisk smiles asterisk and then says, "This guy freaks me the fuck
Oh,
out."
Yes, please. I need to talk about that one. That was a big note
Please
for me.
talk about Simon's
It's
initial impression here.
it's not just like the character gauging, but specifically, it's just like we're assuming. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of taking that comment as though it was real. At this point, we can assume that Simon is very much so in on it. And man, the fucking punch he puts behind that line for someone who's playing a character, impressive
I would have
acting.
to argue with you. Like, I think if I had to really theorize about what Simon thinks, I think he might think this is a player who is role-playing as an NPC. And that's why he's so disturbed by him.
Do you know what?
I don't know.
Okay, maybe not good acting, but the punch behind that I felt was worth
Freaks me
mentioning.
the fuck out.
Freak me the fuck out.
It's scary. It's like, oh, here's some milk. Welcome to Terravale. He's just trying to say he's a nice innkeeper. He's a nice man. Look how rosy his cheeks are. How could he be evil?
I love that. That was the funniest part. How can he be evil?
Simon points out that his name's Old Peculier, like, as if, like, the name is suspicious. I guess I do like the name Old Peculiar. It invites a world of mystery in a way. Like, there's something off about this
He
guy.
could have been young Peculier. You don't know.
Could have been young Peculiar. No, he's old, he's balding, but he
He
still has the
was
rosy
young
cheeks of
once.
youth. He still has his inner
He
child.
has a joyous heart.
His ass is peculiar, I write. He definitely is peculiar for what he represents in your world. He's weird. He is an anomaly.
He's a weird guy.
They rifle through his chest, porks and eggs, expected of an inn and tavern. I like how there are no beds in the inn. There's
Yeah.
no rooms. There's not even like a room with like wool blocks or anything. There's just nothing. It's just a bar. Simon goes, right. Imagine this is a role-playing game, which is exactly what the Yogscast would continue to do for like another 6 years.
It's so funny.
That is the quote that is so perfect for all of this, and it really, when you stop and think about the genesis of the Yogscast as a WoW guild of role players and shit who like role play in their little elf game where they click buttons over and over again. That's like, of course you two turned this into a role playing game. That's of course. That was your instinct.
That's what
And
you're
it's
supposed to do.
so-
It's the open world. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's a sandbox game. It shows how like mutable the game is to like the whims of those playing it and their like imaginations. Simon and Lewis here are the same as the 10-year-olds who build Herobrine creators on PS3 Minecraft. Simon's trying to prompt Lewis, what would you ask of someone in an RPG? Lewis stammers for a moment and goes, do you have any work for me? I suppose that's the way to do it. Have you heard any rumors?
That's a classic.
And the two chuckle and guffaw. As they stare at Old Peculiar's sweet, innocent face in-game, Simon asks, do you think they've got a brothel?
That was insane of him.
Oh my god.
This guy wants Minecraft sex!
Minecraft.
God, he was so horny. I was going to kill him. Oh, I forgot to say, like, I thought it was so funny. They're like, have you heard any rumors? What is this?
Old Peculiar, you know, what else are you gonna do?
It's just
Old
made me laugh.
Peculiar says, I
I
hear
can
the
hear
blacksmith
Skyrim
is
voice in my head. Doom, 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 doom.
the blacksmith is in need of some assistance.
I
Simon
heard
says,
the high
we might go
creepers."
check him out then, before Peculiar offers to show them the way. Peculiar perfectly follows the set path of slabs. It's so fucking funny. I love Lewis pointing it out so Simon can appreciate it, because it's so funny.
It's so
Oh, man.
funny.
Simon's assumption of gender is proven false when they walk over to the stone building adjacent to the inn to see the blacksmith is a woman.
She's
Daisy
a bad
underscore
bitch.
Duke
Daisy!
reads the nameplate. Simon laughs when he sees there's another NPC in town. He said just the presence of another being like makes him crack the fuck up.
Yeah, I like.
And then he looks at her and goes, "Oh, what a pretty young lady," and he smiles.
That was insane.
I don't know. I just wrote a smile. Sorry. He's probably smiling in real life. He sounds
I'd
like
assume
it.
so.
She's like, her blacksmith shop has brick floors, and she's just there, like, with an iron block because anvils don't exist.
Oh,
and she's
yeah.
just intermittently hitting it with a pick to simulate the act
People
of
have
smithing.
definitely recreated this nowadays with better stuff, right? Like, there's just gotta be.
Oh man, I couldn't
I would
imagine
love
that
to
being
do
a
that.
passion project. Ross, you were saying?
I am getting old Markiplier flashbacks. I don't know about y'all.
What
Where's
is
the
he doing?
blacksmith?
I just got
What?
sent back so
Don't
many years.
remember that. I don't know. I wasn't there.
It was a very old bit, right up there with, like, I don't want to say it was in the same era as Beat a Blow. It definitely predated Beat a Blow by a great margin. It was a
Butt
while
stabber.
ago.
That era.
I don't know about the butt stabber. Definitely, like,
This is awesome things to hear, honestly.
Yeah,
Tough
these are
men.
great. I'm enjoying this.
The blacksmith. So I just say that this is so charming and that this is the best episode ever. Lewis, like a DM is prompting him, like, why don't you say that? Trying to get him into the fiction. It's like, why didn't you say that then? And so he does, and Zephyr says, why, hello there. Daisy Duke greets them, and Asterisk blushes, Asterisk.
That was
Oh,
fun. I was feeling so angry, like, not like in a joking way, because I was just like, he's hitting on her, what the fuck? I was, like, flabbergasted that his first thought to do role-playing stuff upon seeing a hot blacksmith lady was just start, like, hitting on her. I was like, oh, okay. Alright, I guess. But then I can't really disagree, because, I mean, Daisy Duke! Queen as fuck!
Simon, when she Asterisk blushes, he, like, laughs. He's like, what is going on? Why are there people everywhere? So he rifles through her belongings. And Daisy says, you're not so bad yourself, stranger. To which both Yoglets go, ooh.
That was
Get it, Minecraft boy?
Oh my god.
How do they do? Asterisk grins, asterisk.
That was insane. That
Grins.
was insane.
Lewis asks what they should do, but Simon turns him in-game and goes, I think I'm in there, Lewis. Which makes Lewis crack up.
It's so insane.
I think I'm in there. Minecraft sex. Squirt and scream. Mining that pussy is my Minecraft dream.
It was cutting out for me so bad. All I could really hear was Minecraft squirt, and I'm honestly kind of happy I heard nothing else.
Okay, so back to business. Daisy asks what she can do for them, and Honeydew says, I heard that you need some help, in quotes.
That made me. I was like, stop! He's insane!
Winks slyly.
I was gonna choke slam him!
I'm
was
so
like,
sorry if someone else had this note, but I need to say it because
Yeah.
the awkwardness, the awkwardness of this situation. I noticed, almost in my own aversion to avoid this, I noticed that old Peculier himself was looking away and looking around awkwardly as though to avoid the situation.
Oh my god.
I was like flabbergasted because I was doodling. I can't remember what I was drawing. I remember I was doodling because in MS Paint. I just sort of stopped and was just like, "Why is he doing this?
It's so
Stop! Like for real."
It's hormonal D&D players.
He's like blushes,
LARPing with each
asterisk.
other.
It feels like middle school flirting. It made me ill.
It's so
very-
funny.
It's very good.
I've somehow missed old Peculier looking away, so thank you for mentioning
It was the most important part of the video to me, I'll be honest.
It's really
Daisy
good.
Duke replies to him by saying, aye, but not like that. Winks. Simon laughs and even squeaks in his laughter.
It was so insane.
And Lewis says, oh, for goodness sake, you two. Poor old innkeeper. You two are going to have to rent the room. And Simon's like, actually, there weren't any rooms. It was just a bar.
That was
A
insane.
beautiful Minecraft romance RP.
The Warcraftness is in full effect here.
Daisy says, actually, I'm going to need some brave souls. To which Simon and Lewis go, oh, here we go.
It was.
Daisy
so...
says that she can make the best diamond armor in the region, except she needs the ore. Can't we make the armor ourselves if we have the ore? Simon whispers to Lewis. He says, yeah, I suppose. As Daisy is explaining that this is where you chaps come in, Simon asks whether the innkeeper is still just standing there. Lewis walks out of the building to, like, look at him and, like, walks around him as old Peculier continues robotically staring inside the shop, not paying any attention to him. Simon says he's staring at Daisy Duke's backside and goes, ugh.
Like, he's wanting to talk.
But Lewis says, there might be something in that, though, stroking his chin thoughtfully, wondering.
He was so insane during this entire episode. I was, like, on the verge of tears. I just have, like, at one point my notes were just, like, you know, like the emoji where it's, like, the O and, like, the, underscore O. That's just what I have there. And that's it.
They're crazy. The local gamer version see a woman. Sorry, not version. Lewis is
He's
shacking.
he's had sex and yet this is still happening. I'm so scared. Please
It's because Simon never gets the hot chicks, just like he talked about that one time.
Sigh.
He's trying to get with a Minecraft
He's gonna
hot chick.
fuck those blocks.
They agree to. She asked him to help a lass out, and Zephos accepts her quest. Honeydew says, "I could never turn down a girl in need." As Lewis is about to recall their own misadventures searching for Diamond, in parentheses, do not bring me back. Daisy says she'll show them the cave. She walks off the path, notably, not following it. She's a free thinker, unlike old Peculier.
Oh my god, I think we're gonna say she's a freak, and I was like, sir.
She's freak.
She's a freak.
Honeydew says, match my freak. She leads them to a sign on the grass that says, beware, caverns. She digs out dirt with a pickaxe. Noob, Daisy.
What kind of
exposes
what kind of
the
blacksmith
cave
is she?
underneath. What kind of blacksmith is she? I'm sorry, do blacksmith not smith shovels? They both laugh nervously and hop down into the deadly cavern. Do you reckon they'll just bury us alive? Lewis asks. That would have been a good twist.
That
Hell.
would have been really good.
Daisy says, I'm not going down there. Spiders, you see. Simon says he hopes Lewis has torches, which he certainly does. He has like 50. They're on a quest. Simon goes, wow, this is a cave, all right.
Sure
Which is
is a
what we were
cave.
saying during their cave adventure.
True.
That was our notes at that time. C418 starts to play. They come out
So
to this
beautiful.
big waterfall. They're on other quests, much like the quest for the bucket or the quest for pork. But this one is like, they were given... You can see, they were on quests this whole time. They were giving them to themselves. They were defining their gameplay as quests. And now they've just invented quests in the game to give them an excuse to go on quests. They gotta go around this big waterfall. Spiders, you see. I don't like the spiders, Simon says in as what Daisy sounds like, I suppose. I don't like them either, Daisy. Simon gay voice. And we fade out on that.
They land
Which
in
is-
the water,
And
but
they
they
take
still take
damage.
damage.
That's fucked up, actually.
That
was
I did
so
notice that. I
fucked
guess
up.
because it wasn't deep enough. Fucking
I
weird
guess,
games.
but like,
Yeah, that's straight how it works nowadays.
yeah.
This is, I said I super duper want to hear what the people who have not seen this thought of that first episode and the reveal of what this was about to become.
I love this. Oh my god. Oh man, I get the appeal now. I understand the prestige.
Something is happening. Something's
Something
brewing
is
at
happening.
Yog
Something
Labs.
just happened.
Wirt, how do you feel about their new world?
I've been just quiet because I was like, I have so many notes that it's basically just boils down to, this is crazy elaborate for what it is, and I'm enjoying it. It's fun. There's so much shit
It's
going on.
It's fun.
It's
It's
fun.
crazy fun. It's a very creative idea.
They're having
And I guess
fun
in a
with-
way this is the granddaddy of all those Minecraft LARP multiplayer series.
They're basically going to this world and just sort of invented this entire huge lore going on, and even though they couldn't go to the Nether, they're still doing so many things with their friends. They're developing on jokes and pranks they had before. They're getting into it. It's fun. It's great.
It's unique. It's something that they did because of the things that they were interested in.
Yeah.
And it reflects so wonderfully on what like an amazing game Minecraft is.
True.
That, like, you can just make it into whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Like, we are playing Animal Crossing in Minecraft right now by
Yeah.
making villages and taking care of them and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have to stop your villagers from wandering into the woods and dying, but
It's like a little
in
bit
Animal
of
Crossing,
you
yeah.
know, a bit of a challenge, you know, a little bit more.
yeah, it's like hard mode.
Yeah.
Milnak, what do you, as someone who has watched so much Iridian and yet none of this?
This is where's the black rock? I'm still waiting.
But don't you see
No,
the
where
seeds
is
they're
it?
planting for that style?
I do, and I think that makes me very excited.
It's crazy. The Black Rock is sort of like a even further, like, this sort of, they do evolve into the SMP with plot, basically. That's what happens in Tekkit. I don't remember a lot of the plot from Tekkit. I remember that Sips didn't like
Excuse
Shin
me.
no more and like, bless you. Sips didn't like Shin no more and like kicked him out, and Shin started like listening to a head underground. No, Simon was listening to a head underground.
What the hell?
I don't know if
That
we're ever
part.
gonna watch that.
Okay.
I think after Shadow of Israphel, we're probably gonna go to Black Rock and watch that one because I'm curious about that one.
Sorry. I know you were thinking
But
of us.
yeah, it's like, jeez. So yeah, Mil, do you like these funny guys?
I like
in the
them a lot.
world?
I have more comments, but I'm gonna save them till after the next episode.
Okay. Yeah, these WoW players just turned Minecraft into an MMORPG.
Yeah.
All the stuff that I'm like saying. Another says that these videos are nice because they aren't so loud or overreactive like modern YouTubers are, which after watching a lot of clickbait Minecraft Drek, I have to agree with that a little bit. It's fun because their mics are so bad that even when they're loud, it's not that loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing I mentioned earlier, or foreshadowed earlier. An unsourced quote, presumably from Lewis, about tricking Simon. We managed to keep Simon in the dark until after the first KP village meeting. Then we had to tell him because he was freaking out that our server had strange people in it.
Oh.
So this posits a world where Simon was like, obviously Simon doesn't think that there are NPCs in Minecraft. He thinks there are weird freaks role-playing as NPCs on their server.
That is, yeah,
honestly,
I would also feel that way.
That's true. That's a
One
lot
of my
scarier.
Yeah, literally.
one of my almost like only memories of World of Warcraft was me wanting to roleplay as an NPC.
Literally.
So
I get it.
that would have been me. I don't know. I guess I just like that idea. Another commenter makes the exact same observation about them imagining this as a role-playing game. Because it's so true.
So
And
good.
a lot of people, which I think might segue into Birch's old comment segments, are talking about how a lot of people thought the NPCs were real.
Yes, I have much to say. So yes, I have been using a program that lets me sort YouTube comments chronologically, and it is very interesting to see. I didn't save any specific comments about this video besides the one about them living a barbarian lifestyle until they came here to like civilization. I'll just go over some like general things that I saw. Things are same as they ever were, because people did think that these were real NPCs, and other people were like, "Are you stupid? These are clearly players."
That checks out.
The amount of people who wanted them to kill everyone in the village and burn it down.
Scary.
Genocide row.
Fuck.
People are in 2010
Dark
are
side.
scary.
Like, everyone was like, "You gotta kill them, and then kick them from their server and burn down the village."
Please, dude, can we read that one that you found about people who wanted to get invited to come help them?
Oh, wait, okay.
Like Israphel?
Let me see, I don't remember what it was.
I don't think you posted that. I don't know,
Oh
actually.
no!
Or...
Okay. Well, there are tons and tons of people who want to be let into the server so that they can play.
For Shadow of Israphel, if they invited Riley, age 8, to the server.
Hell.
There weren't children named Riley back then. That's a new thing.
Yeah.
They invented Riley. Do you know this?
I
Did you
didn't.
know?
Thank you for telling me.
Here, instead
I
of
can
reading
help.
that comment that I remember you mentioning, I'm going to steal from you this comment that I think was on like the first episode. That is, this game looks and is so lame. Just play
Oh.
WoW and Fallout
That was
because
like-
this game is shit.
That was that's so bad.
That is really- yeah, that was what I was gonna do, because I didn't really save any comments from this episode. I thought it would be fun to go back to the first episode and share a
Oh,
few
yeah,
of the ones
man.
from there.
Ooh.
Like this is a thing that I wish we had from episode
Yes,
1
I
because it so
wish.
suits the nature of the
Archival, bro.
Another comment I found that was like, man, I wish they would stop playing for the Minecraft shills. They were playing Fallout, and then now it's just Minecraft all the time.
That is kind of. I do remember looking at their uploads, and it is like a wall of Minecraft at a certain
Oh.
point.
Okay.
And then you might be aware of this, just because it is the nature of kind of the internet in certain spaces to go to this, of Lewis and Simon shipping. And like I wasn't
it was
expecting
there
on the
back
very
then?
first.
Comments?
I wasn't expecting on the very
2010?
first episode for some of these. All right, we have one that says "Brokeback Yogscast."
No! No!
Sorry.
One that says
Well, that's just a joke.
another
That's
one
a
that
joke.
says,
Okay.
"Be honest, what really happened in the cabin that night?"
Sorry, I'm still
These
not
are
over.
all just homophobic jokes
but-
of the era.
but
I
this
feel
one
like
is-
more so than.
This one is. I have to read it though. You're probably right,
Mhm.
but they are important to me. Let's see. Why did they cut it off like this? Oh well. It's like, now that house was more like a. This is from Prince de Jamal, who posted this on December 3rd. That house was more like a dark room. You know, those kind of rooms where bad things happen between men only. And I am wondering what they are going to do with those 6 sticks. Also, 2. Mysterious. I seriously don't want to know. Nasty little Minecraft.
Nasty little Minecraft.
How do you conjure things like this? How does that happen?
Susan Lyman, nasty little Minecraft. Can we find a single thing that's about the episode to name the episode?
Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna cry. Nasty little
Okay,
Minecraft.
we are like, I don't mean to worry you guys, but we are much later for time than
Oh,
we
yeah.
usually
Yeah,
are.
we're really excited.
But-
Well, there's more to these episodes.
We can
That's
start
true.
Yeah, there's a
Turnipson
lot
now.
to talk about. But we got to get to the Yog intermission segment with this week's featured presenter, Wirt.
Yeah!
Also, I was going to say, because these do get longer and more lore heavy, we can start doing like maybe one instead at sometimes if they're heavy enough.
We'll see. We'll see if it's like more
We'll
content
see.
heavy episodes.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
So I got to be the star of the show. And so I picked Final Fantasy XIV Beta, the first one, which was posted
Yes,
on September
yes.
21st.
That was the one I was gonna suggest you should do.
I
This is
suggested
also-
it to Wirt.
Yeah, you suggested me weeks ago, and I assumed it was the same one. September 21st, 2010. I'm gonna start off with this saying, like, I'm someone who still sometimes plays like Final Fantasy XIV a little bit, and I've been, like, my parents have been kind of, like, playing it on and off for the last, like, 8 years, and so
Dang.
I'm familiar
You probably
with it.
watched this video.
So I'm familiar with it to a degree. However, this beta version is very different from what it looks like now, and I found that very interesting when they were making comments about it. So first they start off, they're like introducing each other and to the show, like, hello, we're doing, we're reviewing games. Immediately we're started off with the comment, the last good Final Fantasy was 7, and that makes me laugh because that's still a highly regarded opinion. And that's why they made it in the remake. So I thought it made me laugh. And they're talking about how the logo looks very strange. And it does. It does not look the same as it does now. It was definitely, again, a very older one. It kind of looks more like Final Fantasy XI, which is the original, The original MMO that came out for it. And so basically they said this episode they're probably just going to do more customization. It's only like 11 minutes. So basically they're just going through all the races that you could pick at the time, which were like, your humans, your elves, your Lalafels, the little guys, your cat girls, because of course there is, and like I think the orc types, and that's all you have so far. And it has a very different layout, and they're commenting about it. And I can't remember who says it, but someone goes, they all look so camp. Because they're just wearing, like, their...
Camp?
Because they're just wearing their, like, plain clothes or, like, underclothes. But it's sort of like lingerie a little bit. They're like, they look so camp.
Okay.
That made me laugh really hard. Honestly, I was like, you know what? I'll let him have this because it makes me laugh. I'll let him say this. Then he calls the Lalafels little teddy bears, and he's like, you're your cat girls and your big trolls. For this playthrough, they pick a Lalafell, and then they're making comments about it because Lalafell are like the little people. They look like kids, and let's just be real. It's always been weird. It's been weird hanging out there. But, they're talking about there's, like, also different types within it, so you can, like, pick a race. You can be like, oh, are you from this region? Or do you have, like, these, like, starter things, like, where you, like, a sea or coastal human or, like, a forest elf or whatever. I think Simon says he doesn't like them because they're scary children looking, because the Lalafell are kind of, like, weird. And then
they look like Rainbow Bright.
I like them personally because they're silly looking. I think they're fun. You can also see how, and when they're going through the menus, it's very much not optimized for PC yet. It still very much operates on, like, PlayStation or, like, console versions. So they're...
Console MMO, that'll never work.
And they're sort of struggling with it. It was very funny. They were like, I can't keep clicking this. And then they're just basically, they're doing the customization, and it's also very small, and they're commenting about it. Because you can only have, like, there was a little bit of hair to work with. You could change maybe, like, the skin color, and that was kind of it. And maybe, like, a beard. Yeah. And then they were talking, they were like, why did you pick a Lalafell? We could have had, like, an orc to play with. And then they're talking about, I think, it wasn't Lewis, it was Simon that goes, like, I think Lewis was saying, like, oh, do you not like little people or something? And then Simon just goes, I like little people. Oh, God. So, that's very... I have the note beside it that just says, tasteless! So, and then
dude, you're a fucking dwarf. You have to like little people.
Yeah.
You have to be an ally.
Yeah, he has to. Ugh, representation. And then they make some old ass pop references, which is something to do with little people. But I honestly tuned it out. It was something with Katy Perry, like back in 2010, which honestly just kind of felt like mind numbing. But I didn't feel like documenting it apparently. And then I also found it very interesting. Again, I'm talking more about the game than them talking about it, but. There's a part...
It's definitely weird.
It's just weird. And they also just both have like, things to say, which is just like basic bare bones about it. But one of the things I found very interesting is that the classes are... Well, they're not the same, it looks like, because there's an option for fishermen. And I don't...
Okay.
I played it recently. The starting classes you get are kind of like, yeah, you get started out like tanky, like damage per second. You got like your healers and your crafters. And there's different things you can be, like, you know, your... paladin and stuff. I don't think I remember ever having the option to play as a fisherman, which I found interesting.
That's what was holding the game back.
It's
in
true.
Realm Reborn, the only change they made was removing the fisherman.
Immediately they pick it. So they have this weird little, like, small guy with a beard, like, as a fisherman.
They fucking pick it.
And it's killing me. That's what it says. Maybe I'm wrong, it wasn't a fisherman, but that's what it looked like, and that's what it said. I'm going to pretend it was. And then, like, you have, like, the options, just pick your lore for whatever, and they're just sort of fucking around. They're like, oh, yeah, just picking the random days. And then they pick around, because, like, you have to log in, they're like, you gotta make sure you read very carefully, and they just pick one at random, because of course you do. You're just trying to find a place online. And then they name him. His name is Tuna Barrett.
Tuna Barrett.
I think it's beautiful. And then I also find interesting that usually when you pick your class, you don't have an option to pick your starting area because there's a cutscene and a story for like what your class or like a thing is. Like, for example, if you picked, I don't know, Archer or some shit, you have like the area you spawn in, like, or Paladin, I think it was Paladin? Or, oh fucking god, I can't remember. You think I'd play, I would know. But you spawn in like maybe like a fishing town because that's where the cutscene starts and that's where your home base is. But you could just pick out it with random,
fisherman.
which I find hilarious. And he goes, oh. And I say loading scenes take forever because they have like a good minute or two just talking about like, yeah, so this is the MMO. You know, we picked our stuff, we're ready to play. And it takes a while. And then they finally load in, and it's this very, very outdated cutscene that's like 2 seconds long. And basically, it's the original like, see, hear, feel. Because it's the whole fucking like lore of the game. but it's very much not the same. And they basically spawned this very, very alpha build looking thing of a bar where it's kind of like a circle room. I don't know why I gestured with my hands. You can't see it. And they're all sitting basically like some NPCs are in the room. And the UI is very, very simplified. And you can talk to a couple people and that's kind of it. Apparently, Lewis goes to like a woman and Simon goes like, "Of course you go to the voluptuous woman." I was like, okay.
Pot calling the kettle black, Simon.
I was gonna say, what the hell? And I was like, so then there's another cutscene that happens, which I don't think I've ever seen, where they go out to the door and they go trigger this cutscene where he's a fisherman, obviously, or like a sailor of some kind. And there's like a cat girl who I think I recognize as one of the later story important characters. But basically there's a ship and then some shit is happening that's like, whoa, there's a bunch of beasties on board. Oh, there's a big storm. But Simon and Lewis are like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool, I guess. Well, I guess the cat lady on screen, sort of thing. And then they can make a point, like, it's been 11 minutes and they haven't really played much. So,
yeah.
And then they were like, well, there's no gameplay. And also, it was also hard for them to sort of, like, critique it, I feel, even now, because, like, this is so, what is it? It becomes not important. Like, none of this I remember or recall. It's all very different now for Realm Reborn as I play it now. And that's just so fucking random. And I like that they were just, I want to be a Lullafell fisherman. And then that was the first episode.
Aww.
Yeah.
It's fucking... It's surreal to think that this video game that everyone is playing and talking about now was around 14 years ago to be reviewed by Simon and Lewis.
It's so crazy. Just because, again, I've played it enough that I kind of know things. Most of the time, I would just play free trials and make characters, because you know who I am. That. But the way it looks so much like 11 was actually kind of crazy. So, I probably why it was also, changed to Realm Reborn, because it was, but
rough.
It's a little bit rough around the edges, and it was definitely in beta. It was pretty funty to watch, though. And there's the word intermission! Final.
Can't wait till the next word intermission where you do part 2.
Honest to God. But yeah, I picked this one because it's September 21st, 2010, a few months ago.
It's an oddity. I definitely, when I saw it, I was like, holy shit, they reviewed Final Fantasy 14.
And also because it's so old, I keep forgetting how fucking old it is. Like, it had recently an anniversary event. And, yeah. Also, I forget how fucking old it is. I don't know. Of course they would review it. They do World of Warcraft and whatever. It just made me laugh. And also, he was like, the only good one is 7. You could say that yesterday, and it would still be true.
Lukewarm take.
And yet people still say it. Heart emoji.
But okay. Thank you for your intermission. Thank you for your journey and sharing it with us. But now we return to the Realm Reborn, Part 23, The House on the Hill.
Ooh.
3.4 million views. Sorry, 200,000 people decided this was too weird and decided to leave.
No, I would have kept going. I would have been like, what?
They got scared of the weird people on the server.
You were already breaking an hour already in this podcast.
Yeah, we are. We rejoin Honeydew and Zephos, which is their names, in the caves looking for the ore for Daisy Duke. We actually get a little bit of the last one repeated about the spoilers.
Oh yeah, I thought that was really interesting.
There's a little bit of episode overlap. A recap, if you will.
A recap of him saying, I didn't like them either, Daisy. And then...
in case you forgot.
Then he gets zombie interrupted. They go, whoa, whoa, whoa! As if this guy is just it's like just a guy starts attacking them. That's not a spider, Lewis says. Simon complains about not even having a sword. Lewis offers him a spare.
Wow.
Friendship.
Loved ones.
I didn't even know I was coming here. I thought we were doing a roof, Simon says. Which is so... All those comments about how I'm sure they'll get back to making their roof are so funny.
It's so funny.
They can hear a tremendous amount of mob effects all around them, every single direction. But going through a tunnel, Simon goes, they discovered diamonds so easily. Wow, I can't believe so much diamond generates so close to the surface. Yay! Wow. Cheat engines enabled.
Yeah.
They would never
Or it's
cheat. Come
muted,
on.
I don't know why. Something kiddie-ful is happening. Simon is surprised by how simple that little diamond quest was. After what we went through before, Lewis says, I'm so glad it was easier this time. Imagine if they were for another 4 episodes on this quest.
I don't know if
That
it
would
was
be awesome.
just. I don't know if it was just how I was like. I don't know. It was something about how like Simon's pick animation was. It was weirdly slow. Like he was just rhythmically clicking on it
Yeah,
instead of.
It's not like full. Yeah, back in the day, I know exactly what you mean. Like the
Yeah.
animations weren't like 1-to-1 what they look like today. It's like a lagged animation that's just every like second or two it goes off.
It's a little strange. I'm sorry, that was just a little nitpick, but I was just like,
The
pun
game
not
has
intended.
changed.
Nitpick, haha.
Lewis builds the shittest stairs ever to get out of the hole. Did they just fade back? It's okay. They got the diamond. They found it so easily this time.
They sniffed it out with his dwarvish senses.
So, fucking, they get out of the hole, they go, amazing, and then Simon starts saying, look at my stairs are amazing. Which is a thing that we, like, referenced, like, this week on
Yeah.
while we were playing Minecraft, very strangely.
It was so funny.
And Daisy, Lewis goes, hurrah! And Daisy goes, help, a spider got out! It's by the church. Simon heroically slays it after first thinking she's talking about a sheep.
And he says as a pig.
Well, here, the name tags being above ground and being a little obscured with the textures and whatever, right before they, like, breach the surface, it said Old Peculiar, but I thought it said Old Penile.
Oh,
It was so
no.
bad.
Don't say that about him.
No,
Editors,
Not
no.
his name.
My cats are running around right now. If you hear me stop and go, oh my god, it's
Scary.
because one
what
came
does
in and said hi.
penile mean?
Oh no.
Lewis,
Like senile and penis.
of
So
or
like an old guy
relating
did.
to the penis.
I suppose.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Lewis as Simon, you're a hero, aren't you? As Simon giggles nervously.
He's such a freak.
He's I feel like he's actually feels awkward. He still thinks these are weird people. He's coping just like Israphel. He goes ASL. In the light of day, I only just noticed that Daisy Duke also has the rosy cheeks like Peculier, just to show how lovely and happy everyone is in Terror Vans.
Yeah.
Honeydew types, I've saved the day. Indeed you have, Simon, Lewis says out loud. You have the diamond and everything. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, Lewis says. He also notes that this is a lovely town, but there is a rather large excess of animals.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
Simon makes it rain on Daisy with diamonds, a shit ton of them. Just boffed it all over her. Daisy says, tell you what, and Simon, as he's waiting for her to reply, types a :D smiley face.
Yay.
Yay.
You go talk to the reverend in the church. And Lewis goes, oh,
That
for
was insane.
goodness
They're like,
sake.
The
They are-
Reverend.
There's another one?
Yeah.
I was too much like that.
I was for a second, I was like, they're flabbergasted by like the quest being prolonged, but it's also like the presence of yet another character.
person.
It's so funny. I have written in here, the Reverend? We gotta get right with the Lord before we get clothes?
The sign on the front of the church.
That's kind of the other way around,
Creepers.
generally.
The sign of the church says St. Creepers. There's also a sign above the door that reads, a closed mouth gathers no foot. Simon laughs at St. Creepers. Now hold on a second. Old Peculier warns them to be tactful with the Reverend. He's never been the same since his son died. Simon repeats that in a Warwick Davis voice, and Lewis thanks him for the tip.
I just have the notes and, like, again, since his son died. It was just like, there's already so much lore. Here, podcasters, I love you so much. Thank you for staying. Here's a picture of my 2 cats.
Hell yeah.
Right. They walk inside. Lewis goes, oh my god, as he sees the Reverend John, which is incredibly rude, especially since his son died and he's never been the same.
Yeah.
Really tasteless.
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 All just because he doesn't have rosy cheeks?
I
Grow
am
up.
I immediately was
Shake
like,
my head.
man, I could not be held back from making this joke. John Ward from Faith the Unholy Trinity.
Oh no, they predicted it.
They got the
Oh,
They
Mortis
predicted
Man.
it just like Slenderman.
This was his
The Mortis
first.
Man.
Actually, I have a
This was
funny
his first
joke,
acting
but we
role,
talk later
actually,
on,
before
'cause-
he went
yeah.
on to go act in that film.
It could be possible that Lewis was reacting to the build of the interior of the church. With the signpost to act as a lectern, the pews, the bookshelves.
It was for what Beta had. It
So
was crazy detailed.
Reverend John says, "Greetings, dwarf and strange man from space." It causes Lewis to suddenly remember he's William Riker.
It's so funny.
I guess that's like a thing, like in the lore, that Zephos is meant to be from space. 'Cause it's always the
Yeah.
dwarf and the space fan, but we don't really know much about. I guess as characters, we don't really know a lot about their backstories because we're mostly used to them as like people.
I would love to make my own stuff about it.
Yeah, as many would. I think there's a crypt something under here, and that's what those noises are. They can hear spiders and ghoulies. The priest introduces himself as John, disciple of Notch, which gets a laugh. This was side-splitting humor in 2010.
This was all the rage.
It's so
Can't be
funny
saying
how
that
bad
nowadays,
this
sir.
is.
It's aged so horribly.
So bad.
Praise be to Notch, the one true god of Minecraftia. Praise him.
He's just sitting there like, oh, is
Praise
that
him.
right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So funny
This
how
is still the
things
era
have
where Notch
happened.
was like, Steve could be any gender, so maybe this was like before. Remember that post?
Yeah, I remember the post where he talks about non-binary animals. I remember that. Then the reference says, "As you may have heard, I lost my son years ago to creepers." No.
I feel like he
Yeah,
starts
I
out
know
the
you lost
conversation.
your
They
son.
both go, "Oh no!"
As you know.
So
I'm
sad.
so moved by his story. That's terrible. By the way, the old Peculier is standing robotically in the door again, watching. So why
He's
did he
there
name the church
watching.
St. Creepers? It's a bit weird, isn't it? He says his house is overrun by the things. Aw, poor guy, Simon says. "I beseech you, please go to my house and recover my belonging." Singular,
Just one.
Simon laughs.
Just one.
Just one singular.
That got me because that's the kind of shit. That's the kind of shit joke I make.
Yeah, it's timeless humor. Didn't you say you had 100 notes for this?
No.
1 billion notes.
I'm so sorry. I had a billion notes already. I'm just like, I could.
You're just waiting to fire them all.
No,
I can feel it.
I was screaming about the first episode. I have a total of 5, which was already a ton of stuff we said. Actually, no. Now that we mentioned the Reverend, I can give this one. There's like about $120 worth of Minecraft accounts here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Minecraft used to be cheaper.
Okay,
it used to be like $10 instead of
Then, like,
full price because it was an
$60.
alpha. It was an early access game.
Yeah.
It is, when you really stop to think, they definitely sunk a significant like monetary investment in this series
Yeah.
to get all these
To be
accounts.
fair,
To be
Like,
fair, I think
it
it
was
was
worth
just
it.
their
Minecraft was
friends
pretty
also
good.
buying the game.
I mean,
Yeah, like all their
guess.
like they pull their resources together, I
But
suppose.
but you
But it's
still.
like these are like character accounts. Do you think like Shin like played Minecraft with a
No,
fucking
what?
like
I'm not
Israphel
sure.
account just in his
I
free
was-
time?
No, wait,
I
let's
guess
still
there's no
change
reason to
the-
think otherwise. Why not?
You could change the username back in the old days. I
No, you
thought.
could not. You cannot change username. You're stuck with that. You're old
Yeah.
Peculier forever.
That's why I say like that's why I quantify it, because like we don't see old Peculier
Like
in
Simon
Blackrock Chronicles.
Lewis,
That account is gone.
Israphel, Peculier, fucking Daisy, and the Reverend.
Yeah.
That's $60. Yeah,
Yeah.
$60. You mathed it out perfectly. I need to
Really?
count on my fingers.
They're in the
What are
fucking,
these
and it's
days?
fucked up because like $40 just went into the safes, into the archives. They'll never be gone
Dude,
back.
they spared no expense.
I mean, jeez.
So they're asking what they need. Honeydew simply says, "We're happy to help you, Rev." John, he's called John, not Rev. Lewis says. John asked them to get his beloved Bible. "I'm half expecting you to go all militant atheist on him," Simon says to Lewis, implying some funny things that I don't really know about Lewis.
my apologies for being vacant for a little bit.
Okay.
I wanted to point out something really quick, though. I love using a blank sign as a lectern before lecterns were a thing.
Yeah, they're in the game now. They predicted everything.
Yeah.
Just like anvils and,
Okay, may I introduce a conspiracy theory, alright?
What's your theory?
It's not that Simon and Lewis predicted everything, it's that Mojang dropped everything to make the game more like how Simon and Lewis were playing it.
I believe it.
years,
They were like,
years
"Dude,
and
it's
years
money."
after they stopped playing it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
They're
Well,
trying to
they're
bring them
back.
back.
So I
They're
just
trying to coax them back.
I just looked up how to change your name, but like I was typing in like 2011, 2010, and I found this old Reddit post from 13 years ago where someone's like, "Dear Notch/Mojang, I just want to change my username," and someone responds with, "Right now, they can't do it, but in the future they will."
Right.
And someone said there's also a different service to change your username, but it isn't free and it costs $14.
Oh,
Buying a new license is exactly the same, but that is a thing you could do, which I find interesting that back in like
Yeah,
This
you
is
were
probably
just
2011,
you were
but-
who you were
Yeah.
at that point. I think I lost my original Minecraft account because it was, I don't know, I have no idea where it is. I might have had to buy the game again.
I think I connected my Mojang account to Microsoft pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm an
So-
old head,
'cause I have
so
the
my
cool-
shit is so old and gone.
Because I have my cape still. I got into something. Sorry, I got so off track. Continue.
Okay, so militant atheist Lewis Lassen says, "No, don't worry, I worship at the Church of Notch just like everyone else, Simon." Just
God.
normal things to do.
I don't think
John
any of-
promises.
I don't think you'd be hard pressed so far in our like watching. I'm pretty sure there's other jokes that they're gonna make that are gonna age more poorly than this one, but so far I don't think anyone has any joke that they've made has aged as poorly as this one.
There's this concept to say slurs, but I guess that's
Their
an
like
old joke,
autism,
aging.
ableism aged so badly that I didn't even know that I was being aggressed.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
understand.
that was.
So I guess that aged pretty well.
I suppose.
So he promises them a handsome reward, and Zephos goes, "Ooh." When asked where they can find the home, he offers to lead them there. He follows the path towards the ominous, mossy cobblestone house with fire in the windows. And then,
That was so
and
funny.
then he says, "I dare not enter," and Lewis laughs.
Oh, I have a note that says after like means like as they were killed by creepers. I just have many such cases of creeper attack.
Yeah.
This is the age before fence gates, so in the like,
door.
fenced in area for the animals, there's just a door.
Nice. God, that's I fucking missed that. It's so indicative of the era it's in. Oh man, yeah. So there are signs saying monsters do not enter. Lewis is so charmed that he's laughing and he's enjoying the quest so much. He's having so much fun. Rev says, "Thank you, sons on notch."
Sons on notch.
That made me
The
laugh.
pelican, a wind god. This is a nice.
That's the pelican.
It's a nice house.
It's
Small,
on
Simon
fire
comments.
house.
Judging them for his awesome mossy cobblestone house.
Yeah, what the heck?
You live in a cave. You're a barbarian.
Literally so funny.
They descend into the cavern. There's a dungeon with zombies. Lewis offers him some healing, and Simon says he's on very low health. Huge lore drop incoming. As old Peculier says, this poor man, his son Israphel, was out hunting when the creepers got him.
That had me screaming.
too.
again. I was
Yeah,
like,
I wanna
what?
hear that.
Yeah, oh my
I ha-
god. His son
I
what?
had to like a bunch of notes like what. I remember I had to go like look and go back because I wasn't actually paying attention. I was just watching them fight, and then I had to go look and check the chat again.
They
Because
pronounce
it's in the
I was-
text too, and Simon has to go, wait, what did you just say? Well, hold on.
He says his name is Raphael.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, they still don't know how to say it. Milnak, this is surely one of your 5 notes.
yes, honestly, it's just well, okay. This note sucks though. It's just who is Raphael? It's not great.
One other thing though, the interloper is related to this village. It'd be crazy if they weren't related, but his son is Raphael.
Raphael.
Simon cries out. Lewis is processing slowly because he's fighting zombies. This Lewis is This news rocks them so much that they get overwhelmed and they have to retreat upstairs, low on hearts. Luz is abandoning old Peculier to the slime and closing the door on him. Absolute filth behavior. Oh, sorry, Innkeeper. I locked him in. No! Simon says. He's turned on him. He's nice now. He thinks he's okay. Luz starts slaughtering pigs to get some pork for healing. Now that there's a moment of calm, Simon discusses the bombshell. So the Reverend's son is Israphel. He died. He's the one who died. Old Peculier offers some meat to restore their strength, so they have to take a break to say, yes, please. Luz goes to Daisy's smithery to try and use her furnaces, but finds it odd that this Daisy's gone missing.
Ooh.
As Luz is using Daisy's furnaces without permission and stealing her cooked pork chops, Simon is trying to explain to him that old Peculier is cooking for them and they don't have to do anything. But Luz refuses to relax. He refuses to relinquish control. Where's Daisy gone, Simon? Asking the big questions. But, yeah, then he, goes to the inn and he's like, did he say that he was gonna cook us some pork? Yes. Lewis, he did say that.
Sorry, my cat's hitting the mic right now. I have the note, bro, he's cooking!
But then Simon asks to hear more about the Reverend's son, when all of a sudden, the game crashes.
Yeah.
Internal server error.
That had
Oh,
me
They're
crazy.
booted.
that fucks me up
Simon notes,
too.
just when I was about to ask more about the Reverend's son. Oh my goodness gracious.
dun.
I was literally
That's some bad
screaming.
meat,
What
brother.
a dramatic... And that's the end of the episode. That's the end. That's a cliffhanger.
It takes them to the beta menu.
Oh my god. What's happening? What is
I
this?
was
What is it?
Maybe there is still some ARG left over in this, weird, funny NPC game still. Maybe their game is haunted.
Maybe.
This is like that buddy simulator game where the scary computer man creates a whole world.
Yeah, I
but it's
love
actually-
Buddy Simulator.
Yeah. Anyway, then I have a comment here which I laugh at it and then I address it to Wirt and Ross and I guess Milnak too. If you're new here, let me spoil one thing for you. This is one of the best mini-series to ever grace the internet. It's so good that a decade later, I have personally still come back to watch it.
I'm having
I'm
a great
Good
time.
enough
Also
for us
having
to
a
make a
great time.
podcast about it.
Yeah.
It's
Fun.
definitely it's one of these things as a kid that you fail to appreciate the artistry and the effort that went into it.
Yeah.
Setting up it's gonna get way bigger. You don't even know what's gonna happen.
Oh,
but
fuck.
Yeah, I'm already they introduced Daisy and she's gone. I know they won't tell about his son and the son's haunting them, and it's oh
Something's
my
happening.
god, what
Something's
the
happening.
heck?
Something's happening.
Can I go ahead and I have one closing thought, and I would like to read it right now because I said it at the beginning that some people in this podcast might have overlapped with this, or some people in the comment sections might have said something about this. Telltale wished that Minecraft Story Mode had this much interest.
Comments I saw of people saying, "I wish the Yogscast wrote Minecraft Story Mode."
Yeah,
It
oh
is
my
actually
God.
crazy.
Like,
Because I'm a Minecraft story mode head, I will say this, and I've played it a bunch, and I've especially played Season 2, and I find it very crazy that for when they had this entire fucking murder mystery mansion, they didn't ask the Yogscast.
why would the Yogscast in
denied.
Minecraft Story Mode? What is up with that? Why was Captain Sparkles there,
They
but the
either- they
Yogscast
must
was
have
there?
denied
Okay, well,
or
Captain
something.
Sparkles
I don't
definitely
know,
deserved
they
to be
weren't-
there, though.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, but dude,
It's
Yeah,
Yogscast
yeah, I
is
get
what-
these
I get what you
story
mean.
people. These
they
Yeah.
were
original.
No,
they
Stampy was there, I think.
held your world up on their backs, and you didn't even. I don't know. I might have to look
Did
up
they
to
ask-
see. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they. I don't
Had a
know.
reference.
Why wouldn't they be in
Kind
it?
of asked and just
Couldn't
like,
afford
Because they're
them.
British.
no, there's
ultimate
other British
sin.
people there. Come on.
Who was that guy?
kitty,
Who was that one Minecraft
Some-
YouTuber who was just there to insult the player and die?
Oh
I
yes,
don't even know
I
that.
can't remember his name. Hold on. I do like that. Whatever gender you play as, he's like, that's the other gender's name, and then he dies. It's kind of the best. Sorry. If you're listening to this, please play Minecraft Story Mode. It sucks, and I love it so
It's-
much.
It is crazy to think, man, these guys were doing it.
Yeah.
These guys made it. This is story
No, I
mode. How were they
Because
not
I
in
know
there? You
the
should have just let the
creator-
Yogscast make a game. That's never
the
gone
creator-
badly.
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah.
never
He does have
backfired.
a Tumblr. He does
Oh.
Nothing has ever
He does
gone
have-
wrong with if the Yogscast make a
has-
video game.
Well,
a Tumblr. He's talking about how much he liked it, but with season 2, they ran into a lot of problems apparently in terms of like what they were allowed to do with freedom, and also this is when they were starting to get into a rough patch because this was kind of like
The
2015,
fall of Telltale,
2016.
the collapse.
Fall of Telltale.
Why wasn't
No one
Honeydew
knows
in Poker Night the inventory?
Real.
Because they hate
Why
lesbians.
was Simon allowed in? Why was Simon allowed
Sega-
in Sonic
Sega
Sega All
Girls
Stars
Racing.
Racing, but he wasn't allowed in that game? Dude, they should have just.
Because of wow.
Can you imagine if like a Minecraft story mode character was in Poker Night 3? That would be
That'd be
cool.
funny.
It would have been so
I
funny.
want.
Hey,
Hear
they
you
could go,
Actually, hold on, Gina.
I don't
let
know
me-
about sandwich, but I like pork chop.
Hold the fuck on. I need to go look up Poker Night because I definitely came up with some characters that I would love to have, and I
Yeah,
need
but
to know
this
what
is
the
off
fuck I was
topic.
talking-
Anyway, a lot of other comments about the Notch god jokes. If Notch is the god of Minecraft, then he has abandoned it.
So
Very-
pessimistic.
Very dire. Also,
Okay, that's right, I said
note,
kaiju, that's
this
what I
episode was uploaded on Christmas
Yeah,
Eve 2010.
Merry Christmas.
That's nice.
Have a holly jolly
Maybe
Christmas.
Father Christmas will appear in the next episode.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Just
it was very
Israphel Father Christmas theory. Simon like foreshadowed it. He
The
disappeared into
idea
the Arctic.
that the Reverend is the father of Santa is pretty
I
funny.
have
Well,
I have two
And that
comments
kid
from this
grew up to be
episode
Santa
I
Claus.
would like to from
Mhm.
its day origin.
please.
So, firstly, this is from P. Narm, who said, "You should inform the Reverend that his son is not dead, but has rather escaped his father's religious oppression and has opted for a more secular lifestyle, which includes building henges of stone and shooting arrows into the faces of strangers."
oh fuck! I
Bro,
wish I was that
Props to
funny.
Israphel, man. This guy's cool.
It's so funny.
Alright, and the second one, the reason that they crash is because there was a bug in the game for when you ate food, sometimes the graphic would stay there, and if you tried to eat that graphic, even though the food was gone, it would crash your game.
Oh.
That's a funny explanation.
Okay, I thought they just got
That's-
kicked for asking about it because they did send the
No,
message.
it was
about
it was definitely because they said the forbidden name that they shouldn't
No,
have
you're
said.
right, it's
That's
definitely because
why.
they said
Yeah.
forbidden.
It's a glitch where if you say his name, it would happen.
Say my name.
Say his name
I was about
and
to say
he'll appear. I believe in Israphel.
Right.
Well,
Okay, sorry, my kittens are crawling all over my desk. I think this
yeah,
podcast is
Milnak,
coming to a
any
close.
closing thoughts?
You know, it's funny. The big thing I really wanted to mention was just how expensive it must have. I mean, expensive, maybe the wrong word to use, but how much money you'd have to spend to be able to do all of this. And
Yeah.
in order to give a shitty last comment, my fifth note: Israphel killed Lewis and Simon by IP banning them. Wild.
Wild.
You
Well,
have been banned from the Mickey Mouse
I just
Clubhouse
wrote like
for inappropriate
these episodes are
behavior.
awesome. This is the series we're getting into. This is why we watch those British men fumble around caves for 4 episodes. It was all in the service of their Minecraft LARPing
That's right.
adventures.
I
Yeah.
was
Hell
enjoying
yeah.
just watching them. It was quite nice to just hear them quietly let's play. But there we go.
There we go. That's what a crazy milestone. We're really getting into like it's coming to a head. This series. We're like nearing the end of this series. Even like
Oh,
this
God.
series,
Already?
like this little
Oh,
micro
right.
thing. And we do. I guess
Oh.
I should maybe like ask. I don't know, if the audience who made this far, if you like. There's kind of a weird thing that happens after the series with Survival Island. I'm really not
Oh, yeah.
sure if we should watch it.
I
I'm
don't
not
think we should,
like
personally.
it's technically I can't like say a lot because of spoilers, but like you know, it's like a stopgap between this and the proper Shadow of Israphel. I know people have like nostalgia for it. I barely remember anything. I only remember one thing that's of like any real like storyline interest and like yeah. So if you I don't know weigh in, we probably just won't do it because I'm sure that many of you just want us to get to Shadow
Yeah,
of
to the
Israphel
meat.
because that would make sense. Like we gotta see what's gonna happen. We don't want to see them fucking fumbling around in caves again.
Yeah, oh my god.
My cat Benji's eating my headphone wires.
Yeah, so
This is his opinion.
feel free to shout out, speak it loud, and we'll have to see you next time. Where's Daisy? Who is Israphel? Who are all these fucking people? Who are these weird people on the server?
What's the
We're out of time!